everybody, and welcome back to the Empire Let's Play series. I hope everybody's new year is off to a great start. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things. One is I want to show you some work I did between episodes, and then the rest of the episode I think I want to focus on our bridge project. So the first thing I want to show you that I did between episodes is I sort of finished up some of the work we were doing on these new additions over here. So on the side, I got this all put together. See, I installed some copper and that sort of thing. Still haven't moved the bee nests in quite yet, but we'll put them in here and then we'll have a little impromptu bee farm. Around the other side, I did a little bit more work with this, and I ended up stretching it out by one more block. So it was only 2 blocks wide before. I went ahead and kicked this wall out just a little bit, so it is now 3 blocks wide. There is no entrance or way to get in there. It's just an empty space full of torches. From out here, I think it looks really nice. Again, just adds a little bit more weight to the left side of the village. And then from this side, as you can see, again, just adds a little bit more weight, feels a lot more balanced. I had mentioned last episode that I wanted to do some trading with these villagers, and between episodes I did just a tiny bit. I did a little bit of trading with our librarian, and you can see I got some bookshelves from them. But we still have quite a lot more trading to do with these individuals to open up some of their trades. Also mentioned that I wanted to keep an eye out for a wandering trader. Didn't see one last episode, so we'll keep our eyes peeled and see if we can find one this episode. One more thing I did between episodes is I started kind of looking at where I wanted to put the towers that are going to support this bridge. And you can see here I've got these torches sort of laid out here and way down there. So this row of torches is 25 blocks from the end of the bridge. And this row here is 30 blocks from that end of the bridge. And then down here I did a similar thing at 25 and 30. I wanted to make sure that there was land and not water underneath. And so I started kind of checking things out. And I think actually, based on the scale of everything, I think the tower might actually fill out this entire space between 25 and 30. I think it's going to be a pretty big tower. It goes all the way down to the ground here and also down there all the way down to the ground. While I was going through and measuring all this out, I let my finger slip off the shift key and I ended up falling off the bridge. And fortunately, I have feather falling on my boots and I didn't die. I think I took a lot of damage, but I didn't die. Really freaked me out though. I double tapped my spacebar like I had elytra, and of course I don't. And yeah, fortunately I survived. One thing we're going to need a lot of is a lot of deep slate. I have a little bit, but not nearly enough to build these towers on each end of the bridge. And so what I was thinking is, rather than running all the way back to Mingus, what if we just built another mine? And ideally, it would make sense to build it way down there on that valley floor so we didn't have to dig so much. But now that we have soul soil and all of that, we can build water elevators. So if we built a mine up here, we could just get down to deep slate layer really, really quickly. So I think that's going to be the first thing we do. Build us a little mine and go get some deep slate. I do have some soul soil. Other thing I'm going to need is some kelp so we can make a water elevator. And it's raining. Okay, now that we've slept the rain away, let's grab our horse, run over to Mingus, and see if we have any kelp over there. Not so much. Well, let's run over to the Southland, because I know if we don't have it there, at least we have an ocean there and we can just get some kelp. been a minute since we've been down here. There's some. You know, we may as well grab some more since we're over here. Okay, now we have a ton. Okay, we have soul soil, we have kelp. Let's go dig us a mine. And I think I'm going to do it just right up here on this little bluff. I think we'll just dig all the way down to the deep slate layer and just start mining out. So we've made it all the way down to -15. I think this is where we're going to do our mining. And if I remember right, I think this is where we're going to drop in. So we need to fill this all up with water. I'll probably just pillar back up on this side, and then we'll create a way down as well. Well, I accidentally grabbed soul soil rather than soul sand, so let me pillar back up and grab the right thing. All right. Take 2. Whew, that is a big water elevator. So now that we have a way up, just need a way down. I think I'm just going to dig it here, so we'll just have them side by side. Oh dear. Well, this is a pretty interesting predicament here. I can see diamonds, which is pretty cool, and I can see the dripstone, which is pretty cool. But there's also a lot of monsters and a pretty sizable drop down to the floor. So I think what I'm going to do is just build a bridge across. And then perhaps we can dip down and grab these diamonds and all that, but I'm going to keep the mine at this level. As far as getting down, I think what I'm going to do is just steal one of these bits of water real quick. And we'll have to replace that, I think, so it still works. And then we will pillar back up. Looks like the sun's coming up, so it hopefully will be safe. So there's our little deep slate mine. Got a cat to keep an eye out for any creepers. I still need to put one more fence in here to keep things out. And we've got water at the bottom, so hopefully this works. Great. Okay. I brought a bunch of cobble. So we're just going to start pillaring across and see how this goes. So yeah, I think this is the plan. I'm just going to take this straight across and we'll do our mining. We can grab some diamonds here and here. Maybe we can get down there and grab those. And then if we do want some dripstone, we can grab that as well. But I don't really feel the need to go down there and deal with all these guys. Well, this is not the bridge I thought I was going to be building today, but I suppose it's good that we have access to all of this. Huh. That's interesting. So we're getting some deep slate, but we're also getting a lot of other cool stuff. Let's see if that little thing shows up on the map. Oh, it totally does. There it is right there. So let's see if we can get a start on one of these pillars with the deep slate that we've got. I dug up a few stacks and then I have some left over from last time. And I think I want to use polished deep slate to start. So we're going to put one support here and then one on the other side of the bridge. So 2 supports effectively. And then down there we'll do 2 as well. So I think what I'm going to do is just jump off the bridge down into the water and then see if I can build my way back up. So the idea that I had, let's see here if I can figure it out. Something like that. I think once it's a tower, it'll make a little bit more sense. Make sure that I land in the water. Before we go and finish these pillars or start the new pillars, let's make sure that we don't dislike this. Let's take a look at it from far away over here in our big picture window. Okay. So those are just the corners. We would fill in the entire column there. So we'd have 2 here, and we'll have 2 more over here. And then I imagine they'll go up maybe about that high. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Yeah, very cool. We'll probably work in some of these deep slate bricks as well. But before we start filling these in, let's add the other 2. Very cool. Once that gets filled in, that's going to look really beefy, really substantial. So I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah, I guess the next thing to figure out is how tall do I want these to go? That seems pretty good. And then we'll have the suspension cable hanging between the 2 towers. Yeah, we'll give that a shot. We can always change it. We can always make it a little taller if we need to. Yeah, that's pretty epic looking. I quite like that. I don't know if I've got enough deep slate to fill them all in, but we might be able to get 1, maybe 2 done today. Pretty cool looking. I had enough to get half of 1 done, so this face and the right-hand face are finished but the backside of this column is not done. And then these 3 columns still need to be filled in. I did a stair at the top and right above the base. So all I had to do was fill in the core, and it uses half as much of the deep slate as if I was to make this flush. So that was a pretty cool and smart move. I think I'm going to use andesite for the suspension cable and then probably iron for the suspenders. And I think that will look nice against the sky. It won't be too dark and too contrasty. But yeah, this is a great start. We need more deep slate, but we've got a way to get it now. We built a new mine with a massive elevator in it to get us all the way down there. So that's going to be pretty useful in this project. To finish up today, I just want to update our map and then maybe do a little bit of trading with our villagers. Let's see what this looks like. You can start to see it there and the edge of one there. Very cool. Let's go ahead and grab our emeralds. I would like to level all of these villagers up, but we'll just see if there's any easy ones. This guy will give me stone axes. That's such a lousy trade. Kind of expensive. This guy wants carrots. This guy wants wheat. But we have a bread trade. You could do that. Don't go anywhere. Okay, he'll do a pumpkin trade. So we could grab some pumpkins from Mingus and bring them over here. This guy, I traded redstone with him to get him up to this level, and I guess I could trade lapis. Now he's got a glowstone trade. Don't really need the glowstone, but we might as well trade it. Turtle scute and glass bottles. That's a hard trade there. Librarian will give me a Smite 2 book for 8 emeralds. Also give me emeralds for paper. The armorer will give me emeralds for iron. That's a good trade to get more emeralds. The Fletcher will give me arrows. Probably do one of those. The Mason, I did trade with him a little bit to get him up to this level. So now we get chiseled stone bricks. Let's see where he goes next here. Dripstone. Okay. Or polished andesite. See, this librarian I traded with a little bit. He'll give me a Punch 2 book for 30 emeralds. Not a great trade. Leather tunic, leather pants. It's kind of spendy. Let's see, cartographer wants paper and will give me some blank maps. We could use those once we start to explore a little bit more. And now we have a taiga village map. Let's see, the shepherd wants black wool and gray wool. That's a backwards trade. I would rather give emeralds for those than give those up. Let's see, the butcher, raw pork chops, raw chicken. I'm mostly interested in the cartographers and the librarians, but we might need to do some other trading to kind of level those guys up. Wow, that really pokes up over the horizon there, doesn't it? I suppose next episode we will go and get more deep slate so that we can finish up these towers, and then we'll try and figure out what these suspension cables are going to look like. If you joined me on the last live stream, you saw that we got some more work done on the road, and we'll do the same thing this coming weekend. So keep an eye out for an announcement. Live stream will happen on Sunday, and we'll just spend some time working on the road. Very pleased with the work today. I think it looks great. And once we get those cables and everything in, it's going to be a great looking bridge. Next episode, we'll see if we can get that bridge finished up, and maybe we'll do a little bit more exploration, see if we can uncover these taiga and snowy villages. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want to be like these folks and help support the channel, click join down below. Membership starts at 99 cents and it really helps me out. And thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.